Hey guys, what's going on? This is Castro here at YS Stocks and Options, and I'm coming to you live from South Korea. And let's get to it, right? You guys know exactly what we're doing. We're gonna do a market forecast for the market. Right? We're gonna look at the indexes and see what exactly we're seeing in the indexes and how they're gonna play out for this week. But before we do that, just want to make sure that you guys like, subscribe, right, the channel, and let us know what you feel like hearing, right? Usually I show you guys exactly what I'm trading, but for this iteration, just want to show you guys the market forecast, where we at, what we're doing, and things that you should definitely consider when you actually are gonna trade this week and upcoming weeks to come. So you guys know what we do, right? We always talk about building generational wealth, and this is just a means to it. Options is a mean. Long-term investments was truly what we like to get after whenever we are looking into the market, right? So a few things to consider for this week when we're looking at the market is one, uh, Federal Powell is going to speak on the 26th of August at the Jackson Hole Conference. As we know, whenever Federal Powell actually speaks, we have high volatility in the market. That means the market may go up, price action, or it may go down based on what he says. So stay tuned to what exactly the Federal Open Market Committee is going to say, right? Or Jerome Powell is actually going to say on the 26th, which is Friday, which is going to be really interesting because if he's hawkish, right, may take the market a little bit up. If it's dovish, well, dovish, it may take it up. If it's hawkish, it may take the market a little bit down, right? News is what really moves the market. And this piece of news here, right, the heat wave in China forces factories to shut down, affecting Intel, right, Foxconn, Toyota, and many other companies. As we know, right, China is the leading manufacturer for a lot of the goods that we get, right? A lot of the companies in the US actually get for very cheap. So if there's heat waves affecting, right, and drought in China caused by power shortage, power shortages, as they say here, you can heavily know that this is going to impact the economy as well. So this news was actually came out on August 18th. So this is what I'm paying attention to whenever I'm looking at the market forecast and I'm making these predictions. I'm looking at the news, and more important, the news. How exactly is affecting our U.S. markets because we are all, believe it, not intertwined on how, right, we work together, and more importantly, the logistics factors, right? That is the great China, the country of China, and the greatness that they produce a lot of the things that we like to utilize instead of creating at home. But that's just me. Why do we not create these things at home? I don't know. But we like to use China for cheap labor, so this is going to heavily affect us. So the next thing we're going to look at the charts, the candles. What are we seeing in the candles themselves, and how, right? How we can actually play this smallly going into this week. So the first candle that I'm going to put up here is the Russell 2000. And this here is the monthly chart. We're going to focus on a weekly chart. So what I like to do, so a few things that we have to pay attention for the Russell 2000. Again, this is the weekly chart. And my forecast for this one was $207. We went as high as $202, missed it by $5. But the takeaway here is that if you would have bought it on Monday, easily would have made profits on Tuesday, Wednesday, and this one in particular. It was a little bit shot away from what we predicted, but again, bought it on Monday, you would have made some profits on Tuesday, Wednesday. So what we're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, we see a bearish Arami, right? We see a bullish candle. The bulls were heavily in control last week before last. And then this week, or this past week, we see a bearish candle. And these two together are called bearish Aramis, right? And another thing that I like to look at the volume. And what exactly the volume tells us is the motivation of the bulls and bears. And this one in particular, right, for the Russell 2000, the bears highly motivated to bring this particular stock up. As we see here, the bears try to take it as high as mean, the bulls try to take it as high as $201.89, but the bears were more motivated, and the IWM, the Russell 2000, closed at $194.65 roughly for the week. As we look a little bit closer to how the week played out, we see a few things, right? We had strong selling here on Friday, right? Strong selling. So we had advancing, we had some accumulation here, and after it accumulated, right, we had some distribution followed by some declining. And we are predicting that this declining phase here is just beginning, right? So for the Russell 2000, the forecast for this one in particular, we're going to go to here, 192. Probably going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go to 191.43. 193, closing on the 20. 26th of August, which is the Friday, right? I'm going to go to 191.39, right? Closing for Friday for the Russell 2000. So that's the prediction there. Follow right along with that one. We're going to go to the Dow Jones Industry. Again, focusing on the weekly chart. How I plan out for the week. Right? And for this one in particular, again, I forecast with $347 roughly, but it only went into 343. So again, right? Didn't meet there, but again, key takeaway here is that what that buying it on Monday was still going to make it profitable for you to make some nice little change for this one in particular. So what we're seeing here, we're seeing a shooting star. There's a shooting star candle, right? Volume matching that. The bulls made the stock go all the way to high as 343, but then the bears pulled it down to 337. So that is a bearish sentiment, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. And if we zoom into the daily chart, this is what we're seeing in the daily chart. Very similar to what we're seeing in the Russell 2000. We had some advancing, right? Then we had some distribution around this area here, 338.92 to 341. And then we're seeing some declining. And what we're talking about here is just the phases of each stock or the life cycle of each market. But what we love thus far in this one is this. Has a gap, right? Gap possibly filling right here, 328. And we know that gaps are filled about 90% of the time. So we're gonna make a prediction that this, right? Giving up all the pent up negative news in the market right now, like a prediction to 26. I'm gonna go to $330.53. $330.50, 53 cents. And if we look at the other indicators, this is what we're seeing with the other indicators. One, the CCI crossed overbought territory, bearish, right? So it's trending downward. Boom, right here. This is bearish, trending downward, right? Stochastics, trending downward as well, percentage K, right? Trending downward, crossed percentage delta, easily. So that's why easily this year my prediction for $330.53. Now let's look at the QQQs, triple Qs as they call them. No difference here. We predicted 337.21. You only went as high as 334. The point here again, you would have purchased on Monday. Notice this. Monday it opened up at 326. You could have sold it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It opened up here on 329 on Monday. It went as high as 334 on Tuesday. Could have made some money on Monday or Tuesday, right? That's the whole gist of this. Even if it didn't go to 337, that still would have been a profitable trade if you purchased Monday at the when the market opened. So distribution already happened here, right? Then the ETF here is declining. So my short-term prediction for this one in particular, which is the QQQ, right? I'm going to make a short-term prediction for the Qs for $318.98. That's a short term, right? For next week. Short-term prediction. Right. Long term, of course, we have it 311. It may surpass that, but short-term wise, this is what I'm going to go with. Right. And let's look at the last one. Last one. We played with this one a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Just gonna was going over a few things with one of our members. So the prediction for this one, the prior prediction was $336.89. You guys know that I like to keep my forecast on there, right? And we went as high as, right? We went as high as 331.83, $431.83. Shy away $5, right? It's a little bit shy away $5, but nonetheless, again, if you purchase Monday for $424.95, you'd have made profits that day and even Tuesday because they went as high as 331 and some change, right? Bought calls, boom, you'd have made money there, right? So for this one, right, looking at what we like to look at for our prediction, we like to look at a candle. First of all, we like to look at the news. We saw the news. We like to look at which phase this particular stock trading at under. And if we see that, this year was distribution. And now after distribution is declining. So we're seeing the S&P 500 declining, easily declining. We had bearish, right? Bearish volume. On top of that, we had bearish CCI to the downside, cross overbought territory, crossed here, right? Stochastics, super bearish, right? Trading just the percentage delta just crossed 70, 79, 80, right? And we had a bearish candle here. I forgot to mention that. The gap here. So short-term forecast for next week. I'm really expecting forecasting this one for $414.59. I'm going to go to 414.59 on the S&P 500, right? So again, guys, this is the forecast, right? Again, number one thing they would like to look at is what exactly is the market doing, right? How do we do that? By looking at the news. The news is there, the information is there. It's just a matter of us actually putting everything together so we can truly understand and have a picture in which we can visualize the market environment, as I call it. So this is make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel, right? The market forecast. We're thinking about trading a few things. If you're looking into the future and you're interested in trading options, this is what we do, right? Hit us up. All the information is below. We always say, always practice logic over emotions. But more importantly, don't forget this. We'll see you guys at the finish line. Peace and be blessed.